future of real estate transactions. And for as many who care to listen, you should listen what the, how do we say it for as many who are Christians, you should listen to what God is saying to the church. So we're also telling you, for as many who are prospective buyers, we're asking you to listen to what GTEX is saying to you as a new innovation in the real estate space. So PropTech is a new innovation. So introducing PropTech. A few years ago, technology penetrated the financial services industry, and the integration of technology with traditional financial services resulted into the emergence of fintech. If you have not heard the word PropTech, I am sure you have heard the word fintech. It is fintech, it is so popular now because it has disrupted our space, the financial services space. And when a disruption happens like this, it's bringing innovation, it's bringing comfort, it's bringing new things. And the same way we had fintech some years ago, and it has revolutionized the industry, we are now having fintech. So fintech means financial technology, and it refers to innovation that disrupts the traditional way of conducting financial transactions. These include digitizing processes that were previously handled with paper money and human interaction. You see, before now, if you need to do any transaction, when it comes to bank transfer, when it comes to opening of bank account, you have to be in the bank physically before you can carry out those transactions. But when fintech stepped in, things changed. From the corner of your room, you can open a bank account, you can do your transaction, you can make bank transfer, you can do any bank transaction within the confines of your mobile device. Because over the years, fintech came to disrupt and reshape commerce, payment, investment, asset management, insurance, pension, clearance and settlement of securities, and even money itself with cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. You will agree with me that these days, you can do transactions on payment, on asset management, whether you want to buy your shares, on insurance, on pension. You can do everything from the comfort of your room and from the comfort of your mobile device. I will let you know that technology has and is still influencing, looking to our space, is looking into the real estate sector. If you are glad to hear that, I want you to type in the comment section, I'm glad to hear about PropTech. Say, I'm glad, right? I'm glad to hear about PropTech. The property business is now adopting PropTech. So we want to be the first company to tell you, the same way fintech came some years ago, we want to be the first to tell you about PropTech. You are hearing it from GTEX first. It is coming to you live and direct from the stable of GTEX. When you hear it anywhere else, just know that you're hearing it from us first, because we are the pioneer and we are the one pushing this with everything, with all the knowledge we have. So PropTech means property technology, and it is gradually, the real estate sector is gradually going to be reliant on it. It is no surprise that the real estate sector has begun to respond to real estate, to protection, physical title documents, and human interaction. You know, before now, when you want to subscribe to a real estate asset acquisition, you have to do your physical inspection, you have to get your physical title document. There has to be a form of human interaction before that can happen. But these days, the use of information technology and platform economics in real estate market is what is called property technology. This means that property technology has come to simplify and integrate processes for buyers, for sellers, for brokers, for lenders and landlords at all stages of real estate deals and transaction. I'm glad to also announce to you that within the next few weeks, we will also be launching our first software as a service on this property agent you're a broker, you will be able to use this software to be able to handle all your real estate deals. Don't forget, we are the first in the industry pushing this because we have foreknowledge about the technology, and we have about this, the real estate space. I'm going to tell you the new ways. You know, when I was talking about fintech, I told you of the different ways fintech affected and reshaped commerce, investment, asset management. What has PropTech come to influence? And there are many ways this technology is shaping and disrupting the real estate space. I'm going to tell you 4 in the course of this presentation. 1 is called fractional property investment or fractional ownership. Another way technology is disrupting this is through blockchain technology. The third way is 3D virtual house and apartment tours. In the course of the conversation, I am going to be explaining in depth what each of these technology, how this technology processes operate. And the 4th is mobile application. Like I said earlier, in some few weeks, we are going to be deploying our SaaS, our software as a service, in real estate space. We are not only stopping at this, we are making this technology, we're introducing this technology into the market, and we are trying to push for an easy way out for buyers, for sellers, for landlords, for brokers to be able to carry out transaction, real estate transaction, I mean. So don't forget, I said there are 4 ways technology is disrupting the real estate space. 1, fractional property investment or fractional ownership. 2, blockchain technology. 3, 3D virtual house and apartment tours. 4, mobile application. So I'll quickly delve into the first one, fractional ownership or fractional property investment. Fractional ownership is a form of collaborative consumption where all the overall cost of a real estate is split among a group of owners. This means that a single real estate asset can now be owned by more than one person or a group of people. I will tell you that so many, you know, when you have inventions, when you have technology is addressing a problem. And I will tell you what the problem is in the real estate space. You have been talking to us, and because we know, we understand this industry, we have been listening, and we have come up with solutions that can help you put your investment to greater use. We have listened to you, and we understand that the cost of real estate is very expensive. Not so many people can afford it. But at the same time, everybody in their lifetime desire to create a legacy of ownership. We know that human needs are insatiable. We want to buy a car, we want to travel for vacation, we want to wear good clothes, but there's one need that is distinct when it comes to human needs. Everybody wants that significant moment of life to own a real estate. Everybody wants to create a legacy of ownership in their lifetime. So we know that the real estate is very high and not so many people can afford it. So technology is coming into the space to help us address that problem. And the solution it has come up with is what we call fractional ownership. That means that when I need to buy a real estate asset, I don't have to wait to save for dozen years to be able to afford a real estate asset. I can now come together with people I know or people I don't know to co-own or group own an asset. Based on the number, every asset is divided into fractions. Let me give an example. For example, a 2-bedroom terrace duplex in GTSO is probably going for 60 million naira. Instead of you waiting to save up 60 million naira, we have fractionalized this real estate into 10 units. That means that to own a unit of the real estate, all you need to do, real estate asset, all you need to do is to pay 6 million naira. And even with the 6 million naira, we can also still come up with flexible payment plans under which you can acquire this estate. That means that at every point in time, the deed of assignment or the contract of sales is issued in the name of all the owners. And the beautiful thing is that you can own this fractional unit in different estates, multiple currencies, different countries. If in the UK we have a property that we also fractionalize it and allow people to buy in bits. So by the time you open your investment portfolio and you look at the category of real assets, you would have seen that you own a little of the real estate in Bajuleki, you own a little of estate in Dubai, you own a little of estate in the US, you have a little of estate in the UK. That is the concept of fractional ownership. We understand that many buyers were priced out of the market because of high cost of housing. Just like owning a percentage of equity shares in a company makes you a part owner. Similarly, fractional ownership allows a real estate potential buyer to skip that obstacle of high cost of housing and co-own real estate asset corresponding to individual financial plan and pocket size per time. We have gone very far in implementing this technology. We have looked at your financial plan. We have also looked at your pocket size to ensure that you have a place with Gvest. Isn't that fantastic? Real estate potential buyers can now own property by sharing in a real estate asset. The acquisition gives them access to the asset benefits such as using rights, income sharing, priority assets, and lower rates. And when you do fractional ownership, does it end there? No. Your group might decide to come together and give up your asset for rent. So the group can earn and share income from renters of the investment property, or you wait for the capital to appreciate, for the real estate to appreciate. You will agree with me, a real estate you bought at 60 million will probably be, let's assume, an 85 million naira in 2 or 3 years. So by the time you decide to offer it for sale, it was bought at 60, it would have appreciated by 25 million. So your fractional unit is no longer 6 million, it is now worth 8.5 million. That is the concept of fractional ownership. Another way technology is affecting or disrupting the real estate space is in blockchain technology. Although for clients who are in Nigeria, we know, or other African countries, we know that our government are still trying to regulate, cryptocurrencies, but this is an information we should have ahead of time so that when the time comes, you can categorically say it again that you heard it first from Gvest. Because in this, I can beat my chest to it that we are the pioneer, we are the first mover of this space. Then I'm going to tell you briefly about blockchain technology, how it is affecting real estate. You see, blockchain technology is the database technology that powers all cryptocurrencies. A cryptocurrency is an encrypted data string that denotes a unit of currency. It is monitored and organized by a peer-to-peer network called blockchain, which serves as a secure ledger of transactions, either buying, selling, and transferring. Cryptocurrencies are verified and records maintained by a decentralized system using cryptography rather than by a centralized authority. I said earlier, the government, the policymakers are still looking on how to take the regulation from this decentralized system to a centralized authority. I'm very sure in a few years to come, a lot of countries are already embracing cryptocurrencies in trade and finance. We believe that other countries that are not there will get there very soon. So Bitcoin is the name of the first known cryptocurrency, the one for which blockchain technology was invented. Blockchain records information in a way that makes it difficult or impossible to change, hack, or cheat the system. The digital ledger of transaction is duplicated and distributed across the entire network of the computer systems on the blockchain. This technology validates encrypted transactions and ensures that financial records are not tampered with. Cryptocurrencies can be clustered into 2 different categories, which are coins and tokens. Like I explained, this is not a cryptocurrency class. We might not be able to get into detail, but the areas of interest is how blockchain technology is affecting the real estate space. So while incorporating blockchain technology in property technology is still in its infancy, the recent use of big tech currency in luxury real estate sales has proven its enormous potential. This technology will be handy in the very near future for fractional property ownership by allowing landlords to sell portion of their holdings. Like I said earlier, this technology is very near. It is not a far future plan, it's a near future investment. So that is the way blockchain is going to affect real estate. At the moment, we do not have blockchain technology. Of all the 4 disruptions, because our business has headquarters in a country where Bitcoin, where cryptocurrency or blockchain technology is still undergoing regulations and compliance. So until the government, has released a blueprint for us to start, we might not be able to implement the blockchain technology. But it's also good that you hear it from us first. But another way that technology is affecting or disrupting the real estate space is with 3D virtual house and apartment tours. The closer we get to 3D, the less visible the same between technology and the real world, and the more immersive the experience. So while it is true that we are attracted to novelty, in a way 3D is not traditional because it accurately reflects our everyday experience of interacting with the world. Most buyers will want to take a physical tour of the home before making a final selection. The addition of 3D virtual tours to listings goes beyond images to give buyers a more realistic sense of the property before scheduling an inspection. 3D enables prospective buyers to inspect a property virtually. So at the comfort of your home, you can now look at a property and have a realistic view, a realistic experience of what the property looks like. That means that these days, I do not have to go for physical inspection. The same way fintech came, and a lot of people doubted it first, and they feel, how would it be possible to send money to somebody without even stepping into a bank premise? The same way, 3D is telling you that if you can embrace this technology, you do not have to come for physical inspection to be able to have access, to have a holistic view of what the property or what the real estate looks like. So from the comfort of your room, you can now have access to a virtual tour of the property. And I want to let you know that the design industry is currently seeing a decline in the use of physical models. So people are no more doing physical models that you have to come to our office to see what the structure is going to look like, with more focus on digital stage to reduce spending and maximize time. I want to let you know that designing a physical model of a real estate project is very expensive. Thank God for 3D. That technology is coming to save time, and you can, pick up the best fit for property as you have it. Now, the last way technology is also affecting is now with mobile applications. Like I said, very soon we'll be launching our SAS. That means that you can subscribe to our platform, and you can have access to real-time information about real estate project. You can, whether you're a buyer, you're a seller, it will be open to even all other real estate firms. So it will become like a center where people can come to and transact real estate deals. Like if you refer to my topic, I said PropTech. That is the future of real estate transactions around the world. So I'm going to introduce to you briefly, which is the reason why we are here today. I'm going to introduce to you the Gvest Cooperative Society. But before I go into that, I'm very sure you can see my slide. We have come up with, like I said earlier, we have listened to you. We have come up with so many services that will be able to solve a lot of problems. We are proposing values across board, whether in real estate, in banking, in investment, in community, financial inclusion, financial technology, transactions in multiple currencies, wallets, and credit card. We are going all the way. We didn't even try to solve one of your problems. We are solving more than 13 problems at the same time. And I think this test deserves an accolade at this point. If you are there, you can type, you can just give us that sign, that clap emoji in the comment section to, just throw us accolade for what we have done. Because this has really taken a lot of investment. It has taken time, energy, and resources. But we are here to serve you, to give you what will make your life better. Before I talk to you about the Gvest Cooperative Multipurpose Society, I want to quickly tell you about the concept of cooperative. You see, I'm very sure as many who are millennials, so to say, I can see, if you check back our parents, you will realize that especially our mothers, every Sunday they wear a particular uniform and they will tell you they are going for meetings. Those meetings of those days are cooperative societies, community cooperative society. But the concept of cooperative stemmed in 1844, when a group of artisans working in cotton mill in the town of Rochdale in north of England established the first modern cooperative business called the Rochdale Equitable Pioneers Society, also known as the Rochdale Pioneers. They created business principle to guide their work and establish a shop in which to sell their goods. Cooperatives have evolved significantly over the last 200 years. Don't forget, it started in 1844, but over the years, cooperatives have evolved significantly and have increasing importance to economies throughout the world. So you find people, clustered in groups within a community, within a town, because over the years, they've seen the economic importance of cooperative society. The cooperative advantage in produce higher socio-economic welfare levels to members, while also overcoming significant market failure. Cooperative benefits have shown that democratic governance within a group can contribute significantly to socio-economic well-being. The attempt to solve common problems by combined action is at the root of cooperative. But empowerment, shared ownership, and democratic control are a major key concept of the cooperative ideology. Like I said earlier, why was there an invention called cooperative? The attempt was to solve a common problem. Like I said in my introduction earlier, I said we have listened to the problems and we're trying to provide a solution. And while we look at all regulations and compliance, the best way is to digitize the conventional cooperative society, because when the old goal or the main root of cooperative is an attempt to solve common problems, because we realize that this problem is common to all. It's not limited to one person. It's not limited to whether you are a medium income earner or you are a low income earner, even an high level income earner. This problem is common to all. So the attempt to solve problems by combined action is at the root of cooperative. But put this in mind, cooperative do not only solve a common problem, cooperative empowers. We can discuss shared ownership and democratic control, because we are a small community of people of like minds. We are a community of people of similar problems. We are a community of people who want a better socio-economic well-being. We are a community of people who are going somewhere together. So we can come together in cluster and form a cooperative. So the climate of socio-economic status of individuals and community today has no far-reaching difference from the driving force that forged the first cooperative, the Rochdale Pioneers. So for us, it is this concept that we are bringing together because we identified a common problem and we are trying to solve. So when you join the cooperative society, you have access to all these services. Fantastic and beautiful. You are in a community, you have access to investment. Don't forget, apart from ownership, apart from solving a common problem, empowerment, shared ownership, and democratic control are the roots of cooperative. So when you come here, you belong to a community, you have access to, you are financially included, you have access to financial or real estate technology, you have access to, you can transact in multiple currencies. You know, I said it earlier, that you don't have to, you can be in Nigeria, for example, and have real estate in Dubai, and have real estate in the US, and have real estate in the UK. Then you can start having access to, transactions that can improve your well-being. So I'm going to quickly talk about what the attempt to balance individuals' need with those of the community by encouraging individual empowerment within the structure of membership and responsibility to the group. That means that when you become a member, our own responsibility is to drive your empowerment, is to empower you, to empower you to improve your socio-economic path. So this is the ideology that birthed the Gvest Cooperative Society. I'm glad to announce to you that we are the first digital cooperative multipurpose society in Nigeria. I think that deserves another applaud. If you're in the comment section, please drop. I want to see your emoji, your clapping, and telling us good work, good job. I want to hear that. So the Gvest Cooperative Multipurpose Society was instituted to solve common problems. So next, when we realize that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members of our community are talking about a problem, our responsibility is to come and find a way to solve the common problem. So on this basis was the Gvest Cooperative Society birth. We were best to solve common problems, we were best to create empowerment and to create shared ownership in a bid to significantly control the socio-economic well-being of anyone who desires a better socio-economic well-being. So if you desire a socio-economic well-being, you want to improve your wealth, you want to improve your life, you want to meet your financial goals, I want you to type in the comment section that I do, so that I know as many who are following me on this train, and we're going to go there together. Like I said earlier, the human beings having satiable needs, but unique to every man's desire is to own a real estate in their lifetime. Everyone wants to create a legacy of home ownership. So because of this, we've seen that is a common problem, and this is the value Gvest Cooperative Society is championing. We are championing the fractional ownership of prime real estate assets in Nigeria, in UK, in the US, and Dubai, amongst other products. Like I said, we have, when you belong to this community, you have access to a lot of products, whether it is savings plan, you can do your target savings, you can have your savings goal, you can do rotational savings, you can do thrifts. If you on this same platform, you can have access to credits, to loans, and micro mortgages. There are so many things you can do where you become a member, but all these things can only be possible only if you are a member of a cooperative society. So for fractional ownership of real estate deals, Gvest Cooperative Society has partnered with GTEX Homes, a highly respectable real estate firm with properties in Nigeria, in UK, in the US, and in the United Arab Emirates. We've done that partnership to bring cutting-edge fractional real estate deals to members, with the emphasis on members of the cooperative society. The collaboration between Gvest Cooperative Society and GTEX Home and other stakeholders that we'll be informing you about was born to, one, fractionalize real estate values, so that the members of the cooperative can group own or co-own real estate instead of saving for dozen years to afford one. That is the concept of fractional ownership. And we have gone ahead of you. We have gone to pave way for you by partnering with GTEX Homes so that we can fractionalize their real estate asset, and we can be able to give you in fractions instead of waiting for you to save in years. And before you know it, you have a fraction of this estate, you have a fraction of another estate. By the time you open your portfolio, you'll see that you have real estate in fractions, but in multiple units. We have done this again to significantly reduce the cost of owning real estate through our different product service and service offering, making it affordable for cooperative members. Like I made an example earlier, let's assume a 2-bedroom terrace is going for 60 million naira and it's fractionalized into 10 units. That means that each unit will cost about 6 million naira. And we have made it easy by also giving you a payment plan on how to pay on your fractional ownership. That way, it makes ownership possible. Things that were initially not possible because of the high cost, now is being fractionalized and is made possible. So another way is to provide opportunities to preserve wealth by enabling members to own real estate in fractional units in multiple countries and in multiple currencies. What this means is that I might be living in Nigeria, for example, and I have real estate in the UK, in the US, and in Dubai. We have done this so we can create access to credit, to loans, and micro mortgages to members of the cooperative society to buy real estate. Now, there was a problem of people not being able to, afford it. Aside from you using your personal savings, we can also provide you credits, we can provide you loans and micro mortgages so that you can be able to buy your real estate fraction. So if you don't have the full money, let's assume the fraction is 6 million naira. And you do not have 6 million naira at the moment. You have only 4 million naira. We can also provide you a gap of additional 2 million naira so that you can own your real estate deal. Isn't this very beautiful? If I were you, I'm going to start jumping on it even before this presentation ends. I can assure you that in the next 10-15 minutes, we'll come to the end of this presentation. It is also, we are also done this synergy so that we can provide flexible options and plans for members of the cooperative. Like I said, if you don't have the full money, we can provide you micro mortgages, we can provide you credit, we can provide you loans so as to be able to afford one. Then we can make it easier. Another way is to make it easier for members to sell their real estate fractions for cash. You see, we have also seen and projected ahead, because we know that at a point I have bought a 6 million fraction of a real estate asset for 6 million naira. Then some time down the line, the value of the property, which will always be displayed on your dashboard, is now saying that the market value of this property is now 8.5 million naira. Wow, that's a good investment. And anybody might choose at that point to sell. I want to sell my real estate, my fractional unit, because I want to, my capital has appreciated, or I want to use the money to do something else. I want to use the money to add money to it and buy a full building. It's a way for you to, I want to always encourage people to understand that big things, they always start small. So if you feel I want to wait for years, you don't have to, because little drops of water here and there makes a mighty ocean. You start little by little, and before you know it, your capital or your fractional unit has appreciated in capital, and you are able to add little money to buy a full structure or to buy a full asset. That means that starting small is not such a bad idea at all. If I were you, I'm going to start today. So fractional ownership structure is available for both lands and homes, for some of our properties in Nigeria, in US, UK, and in Dubai. So I'm going to tell you 3 ways you can access fractional ownership on the Gvest Cooperative. Like I said to you, if you want to do your outright payment, you can go to GTexO, but when it is fractional, it is Gvest Cooperative that has built that technology. It is Gvest Cooperative who has partnered with other major stakeholders to bring this technology to you. So short term, there are 3 ways you can access fractional ownership under Gvest Cooperative. Number one is short-term foreign. Foreign means fractional ownership of real estate deals. Some people might want to come into the real estate space for a short period of time. You just want to put in money and get out. So we also have long-term foreign, where you can do a long-term investment, and we also have permanent ownership foreign. I'm going to say something briefly. You know, I said it earlier that one of the ways technology is disrupting the real estate space is through blockchain technology. But because our head office is in a country where blockchain technology is still undergoing government policies and regulations and compliance, we are still trying to pipe a way, but make a way for blockchain. That means that when you want to sell your fractional unit under the short-term foreign, you'll be able to sell it off as what we call Gvest fortune in our secondary market. If you want to sell off your long-term, I have bought a long-term foreign and I want to sell it off, I'm going to trade it as Gvest legacy in the secondary market. And when you have done permanent ownership foreign, you are going to sell it as Gvest heritage in the secondary market. Let me not confuse you. Let me try to explain to you one by one what short-term foreign is, what long-term is, what permanent ownership is. Short-term foreign, which is what we call the Gvest fortune, is a type of fractional ownership that allows a potential real estate investor to invest in real estate for a short time, usually between 9 to 48 months. You know, a lot of people want to come in and in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3, in 4, I want to pull out my investment. But you will understand with me that some real estate projects could span as long as 10 years. We understand that you might not want to wait for the next 10 years. You just want to come briefly into the real estate space and trade and go out. So we have created a short-term foreign, which is what the same thing as what we call short-term fortune. So you can call us and say, oh, I'm interested in short-term foreign, or I want to buy a Gvest fortune. It means the same thing. When you come into this space for a short time, you have just seen it as an effective way to put money to work and potentially build wealth. You know, like I said, I bought a fractional unit of a real estate for 6 million, and in 2-3 years, it is now 8.5 million. So you have brought your investment in so as to appreciate, you know, capital appreciation over a short period of time, and you are out. So cooperative member can buy Gvest fortune at acquisition and development stage. Let me explain to you, like I said earlier, a real estate project will span as long as 10 years. So what happens is that, and we have different stages with which we carry out this project. We have the acquisition stage. The acquisition stage will include our perimeter fencing, the documentations, and the basic infrastructure of the estate. If, for example, we secure an estate today, and we secure an estate today at a cost price of 1 billion naira, by the time we open up the road that leads to the estate, by the time we put perimeter fencing, by the time we have title documents on that property, you will agree with me that the value of that property is not going to be the same in the next 1 year. So the capital appreciation between the initial phase, which is the acquisition phase, and the next stage of development, the capital appreciation is what we give back to you as returns on your investment. So let's assume you have bought a short-term foreign for 2 years. You'll probably be at our development stage when we are building the foundation. So at that foundation stage, by the time we are moving from the foundation stage to the next stage, which is the general structure, the capital appreciation between the foundation and the general structure is what we return to you as ROI. So we have decided to do this so that we can substantiate everything we're doing. You can put a physical asset to our investment line, unlike so many other investment platforms who are raising money and you do not have an inclination of what they do with the money. Here is us opening our books to you, telling you what exactly we do with these funds. You come in as a real estate, as a short-term foreign fractional ownership, and you buy the real estate in fraction, and you can work with us where we move from one stage of development, and the capital appreciation that we make at that point is shared among all the fractional owners. So I will let you know that at this stage, it is usually within 48 months. After 48 months, you can no longer call it short-term foreign, you will have to call it long-term foreign. Long-term foreign is also like the short-term foreign, just that this time around, the investment is usually longer. It's between 5 to 10 years. So that means that when you are buying into long-term, you are waiting for minimum of 5 to 10 years to be able to, convert, get back to be able to trade your Gvest legacy in the secondary market. However, on an annual basis, as we migrate from one stage of development to another, we share the capital appreciation amongst all fractional owners in the long-term foreign category. That means that when I decide to put my investment for 5 years, let's assume from the beginning we have projected an annual returns on our assets. Annual returns on assets, we have projected a 20%. That means that every year for 5 years, you keep getting 20% returns on assets. ROA is the same thing, is a form of ROI. So when you hear ROA, it also means ROI. But ROA is more returns on assets, because what you have with us is an asset. So you will have to have returns on assets. So we have projected that every year, the returns on assets, because when we move from development to acquisition to foundation, we expected that the property, or we project that the property would have increased in value. So the returns that we get on assets is what we share also among all other members at the end of the day. So that is about long-term foreign. So it's either you are subscribing to short-term, which is usually between minimum of 9 months to 48 months, then long-term foreign, which is minimum of 5 years to 10 years. However, you will continue to get your returns on assets every year. So if we have an agreement with you, the worst case scenario, we are going to have 20% returns on assets every year. That means for the next 5 years, you are going to have 20% times 5. At the end of the day, you are going to be dancing to the bank with 100% returns on assets. Isn't that beautiful? It's an investment that you will invite your friends, you invite your family, you will put everything you have in it, because you know that real estate is tangible and is something that is worth investing into. So the last way to invest in fractional ownership is permanent ownership. And that is the same thing we call Gvest Heritage. I'm going to quickly explain it. The Gvest Heritage is a type of lifetime fractional ownership deals that allows an individual or a group of people to co-own or group own a real estate asset. The value of the time of purchase is fractionalized into equal slots. A member can buy minimum of 1 slot or more than 1 slot according to pocket size. Also, a group of people with common interest might choose to buy fractional units together as a single ownership structure. However, these deals are open to members of the cooperative society only. I've told you over and over again that, when we talk about cooperative, it is about common interest, it's about solving common problems, it's about shared ownership, it is about empowerment, and it is about forward moving. So you have to join the train for you to follow us to the shop. So if you are not there, you'll probably be at, you'll probably at a point you will not be able to go. So everything we do is open to members of the cooperative society only. anyone want to ask me, why must I be a member? I want to take your mind back for the millennials that I said originally. When you want to join a community cooperative society, even in our estate, our real our estate development association is a cooperative, is a community on its own. You don't go there and not join with membership fee. You know, the cooperative society our mothers were doing, before you join the cooperative, you buy a bottle of malt, a crate of malt. Then it is usually the cabin family biscuit as an entrance due into the cooperative society. But because things are changing, we have digital, we have put digital, or we have digitalized the whole process. So your membership fee is equitable to your crate of malt, permit me to say, and your cabin biscuit, because you have to pay your dues to be member of the society. That's just a joke anyway, but my point still remains that to join the cooperative, you must have to pay membership fee. Don't forget, this is a technology, a service that is brought to you at your doorstep, a technology that will continue to be improved, a technology that will be managed, a technology that is built on, resources, and we have to, be able to continue to maintain the platform. So paying membership fee is a must for you to be part of the cooperative society. So permanent ownership foreign is permanently owned by the fractional owners or a group of fractional owners. In case of group fractional ownership, let me explain this process again so that I don't keep reading. I'm going to quickly explain to you. You see, in the group permanent ownership foreign, it is your property for life. What you do with it is your decision. Unlike the short term and long term, when we project ahead, what your estimated or projected returns on assets will be. But for permanent ownership, if we have projected that the value of the property should have return on asset of 20%, that is our projection, putting all factors into consideration. Inflation, market forces, market conditions, foreign exchange here and there. We are able to project 20%. That means that come rain, come shine, whatever happens, Gvest is bounded to return to you return on asset or at the rate of 20%. But let's assume as a fractional owner, the returns on asset at that time increased to 48%. That is your property because you have taken the risk to permanently own one. So permanent ownership is owned by you. What you do with the property is solely your decision. If you want to subscribe to permanent ownership, you can do it in two ways, either as an individual or you do it as a group of people. And that is what is called group ownership. Because we also understand that there are groups of people with common interest, that with common interest. As a cooperative society is a common interest. But we can have people within the cooperative society who also have common interest.
Can you hear us? You need to start wrapping up, please.
Okay, I'm done. I'm almost done. In 2 minutes, I'll wrap up. So you can come together as a group to buy your fractional unit together. That means that you want your friends and family, you don't want to join fractions with people you don't know. You want to join fractions with people you know, and you are able to buy your property. So that is fractional ownership. What happens to you? Let's assume one of you in the fraction decides to, give up his fractional ownership. What do? All which Gvest has also provided for you to put your property up for sale. You can put it at open market value or for sale value. I'll quickly explain that. For example, you have bought a fractional unit for 6 million and the worth of the property is now 8.5 million naira. You are pushing to the market at for sale value and you are waiting for any member of the cooperative society to offer you a deal. But provided that is the open market value, provided if you don't have a deal and there's an urgent need for cash, we are glad to announce to you that Gvest can take up that ownership from you and exchange it for cash and make an offer to you, exchange it for cash after 72 hours. So that is what the whole fractional ownership is about. And for you to get started, it's very simple. All you need to do is to go to gvestglobal.com and navigate through the cooperative society. Like I said, our platform is an holistic experience, is where you can experience everything. We have real estate, we have banking, we have community, we have fractional inclusion, and so many others. And these are still, under development and will be unveiled very soon. So all you need to do is to navigate to Gvest Cooperative Multipurpose Society, and it will land you on this page. If you don't have an account, create an account with us and make payment. Sign up today and become a member by paying your membership fee. And you have membership fee in 3 categories, either as a classic member, a gold member, or platinum member. A classic member, they all have different incentives and different transaction limits. So if you log into the page, you'll be able to see the differences between the plan. So I want you to join today and become a member. Thank you very much. I'll see you again.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Phoebe. Mrs. Phoebe does not disappoint. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. I hope a lot of people have been able to understand what this new technology means, what PropTech can do to them, and how they can benefit them and help them own homes, regardless of how much you want to start with. Right. So next we'll be having a closing remark by Dr. Stephen Akintayo.
Okay, guys. So if you notice, we've tried to always do just an hour because, like they say, show kilo be okay. In other words, sweet stew is short. So you can stop sharing your screen, Mrs. Phoebe. All I need now is a link for them to sign up. I'm giving them a 50% discount on the sign up. I think you have a link, so you can share that part. So you're free to join today. We will be organizing next week, Wednesday, how to make money as a cooperative member, aside that you're able to invest in fractional shares. So as a cooperative member, if you invite people to join the cooperative, you get a part of what they pay for membership goes to you. Actually, 20% goes to you. In other words, if somebody joined the cooperative with 100,000, you get 20,000. So imagine you're able to bring in 10 people every week, right? That's pepper soup money. Now, whenever those people that join the cooperative through you invest in any of the fractional ownership of real estate, or even just direct owning of real estate asset, you are also getting 2% of whatever they invested will be sent to you immediately they invest as your return for being the one that referred them. So you see advantage of being a member of the cooperative. These are part of benefits that you get. Other benefits include that if you join the platinum package, you are going to be given an ATM card that you can use to withdraw your money anywhere in the world. You also have access to discounts for trainings. We do weekly meetings as well. Very soon we're going to stop. Most of our meetings are only going to be members alone meeting. And by the way, this is a big movement that you guys will be seeing all over the world. We're soon going to be running national campaign on Gvest Cooperative. Globally, you're going to be seeing campaigns. You're going to be seeing massive stuff going out about this project. So this is something you want to be part of the early guys who is part of this vision. And we're excited about all of you who have decided to join. I mean, anything Dr. Stephen does, everybody just everybody just join and are part of it. And let's make this a great one as well. So I'm going to take your questions while I'm waiting to hear from Phoebe to give us the link for those who want to sign up right now. So let's take your questions. Yes, somebody say get started link not opening. So he has visited the site and he's saying get started link not opening. That true, Mrs. Phoebe.
You might want to change your browser. There's nothing wrong with the site. Everything is fine. gvestglobal.com. Then when you land on that page, navigate to Gvest Cooperative. Everything is fine. Please change your browser or clear your browsing history.
Can we get a link as well? So Gvest
okay, sir.
Global.com is a website to visit right now, and you can sign up today. For those of you who are sign up right now, you can get some discount on the membership registration. And again, people say, why must I pay to become a member before I can invest? Well, the issue is that, like I've said over and over again, the current SEC law doesn't allow people to just invest in any business anymore, right? So we had to go get a cooperative license, which then means that members of our cooperative have the right to be able to invest in whatever project we're doing, and we have the right covered by the cooperative law to be able to give them returns. So, however, if you invest without being a member, then that creates the problem, because now it means you're just investing without being a member. So you are not covered by the cooperative law. So the rule is that you have to be a member of the cooperative before you can get the opportunities that is offered to members of the cooperative. We're a registered cooperative society who have decided to use technology to disrupt the entire sector, okay? Meaning now, we're the first digital cooperative in the whole of Africa to offer fractional real estate investment, right? First to do that. So also, to re-emphasize, for some of you were asking as well earlier, the conversation around the forever, it's the first. So what we realized was sometimes people buy land for land banking, and the reason why they're buying the land, they don't ever want to live in the land. They're just hoping the land appreciates in value and they're able to cash out, right? And they get something tangible. But sometimes people even do that. By the way, Mrs. Phoebe, you posted it as panelist. You need to click on everyone and repost the link, please. Right? And if you can send that same link to me on WhatsApp, I appreciate it, so I can post for Facebook. Also, if you can also add that link on a plain slide so that you then project that as well, people will be able to have access to that. But please put it on for everyone, very important. Okay.
Yeah, some questions on Q&A.
Okay, questions on Q&A.
Yeah, Priscilla Momo, thank you so much for the orientation. I got value. Please, what will be my percentage? What will be the percentage of my contribution in the cooperative to loan from the cooperative? And also, she asked another question. I've registered as a platinum member and I want to do the real estate masterclass. What discounts will I get?
You see people now already as, yeah, definitely you get a 50% discount on real estate masterclass because you're a member of the cooperative. But that's clever of you, by the way. Then the question on loan, we have not started the loan part. We don't yet give out loan yet. All that part we come up when we officially start our microfinance bank. So we're going to be starting a microfinance bank. We're in the process of buying one. So hopefully by July that is sorted out. And when that is done, we will then be able to give you guys opportunity to be able to start taking loans. If you're a member of the cooperative, through the microfinance bank, you can now get access to loan. I hope that makes sense. Okay, but we don't want to be offering loan services to people who are not yet a member, who are without getting our microfinance bank license. We don't offer loan yet until that part happens. In fact, our blockchain technology part of this vision will also be done in Dubai, not in Nigeria, because the current CBN regulation is very strict on cryptocurrency investment. So we're soon going to be registering with Dubai to be a cryptocurrency to be a blockchain technology company who is able to provide, the cryptocurrency services in the real estate space, and will even NFTs. And from our Dubai subsidiary, we then can provide that services to members of the cooperative. But for those who are then doing that, you are dealing in terms of in that specific service, you're only doing it with our Dubai company so that we don't create an issue. So everything we're doing, we're trying to do within the ambit of the law and being conscious of regulations as well. Though there are a lot of people who are doing cryptocurrency business up to now, but Dr. Stephen is very famous. So what people will carry what regulators, right, we let go for somebody else. They will take it a lot more personal with us. So we just have to do things properly. And that's also why we've not activated the blockchain part. We want to do that from Dubai. Can I upgrade? Absolutely, you can upgrade from classic ordinary membership to platinum membership. You definitely can upgrade. Mrs. Phoebe, how do they upgrade, please? Should they send a mail or something? Is Mrs. Phoebe there? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Yeah, you're not answering. Somebody said, how do they upgrade?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I'm very sorry. You can go to your page and click the option to upgrade. You will see an option to say upgrade plan. So you can click the option and you can upgrade. Optionally, you can send us a mail, Gvest Cooperative Society support@gvestcooperative.com. Then we can help you upgrade as well, if that's going to be too much trouble for you. Thank you so much.
Go ahead, Farouk. You can wrap up. And I think the other questions, I think you can handle. Someone can pay through bank, teller, and all of that.
Yes. All right, so the final question is, can someone pay through bank teller or phone transfer? Of course, you can do that. So when you log on to the website and you want to pay, to give you different kind of options. So you can even use your short code for like maybe GT Bank *737. There are different payment channels to use, and it's all secured with Paystack. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. So this will be a weekly routine. We have another fantastic one next week, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. And for you to take advantage of this offer today, if you're ready for the platinum discount, go to www.gvestglobal.com/platinum discount. For the gold discount, www.gvestglobal.com/gold discount. And for the classic, www.gvestglobal.com/classic discount. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Have a great day.